Do you guys like Freddy? Do you like Bonnie? What about Chica, Marionette, Foxy, Night Marion, Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Balloon Boy, this guy, and of course, Mangle. Ugh. That's right, guys. Today we're going to be looking at all the new Jazwares plushies that have come out this year, including Wave 1 and Wave 2. This was originally going to just be a Wave 2 review because they just came out and I thought they were so cool, but I realized I never reviewed Wave 1, so I'm just going to go back and talk about every single one and give my thoughts on this new company making new plushies. But first, I wanted to give you guys a really fast look at the new review setup here. It's pretty obvious that I tried to recreate the desk from FNAF 1. I'm currently not done with it. I want to add the little red solo cup, and then I want to add the cupcake. Also, some of you probably noticed that my shelves in the background are very different. I've tried to make a very expansive FNAF merch museum behind my setup, just to remind you guys that I am a FNAF professional, so I know everything that there is to know about FNAF merch, so my opinion is correct. No, but I really just wanted to make a really cool setup of all the merch I own. So you got the U2s here, a bunch of random figures, stuff like that, some plushies, all the pops, you got the mystery minis, and then you even got the checkerboard carpet at the bottom. I'm gonna do a full collection video at some point, so if you are hoping to get a closer look at all these shelves of all the things I got up here, you will get one eventually. I'm just in the middle of getting lights for all the shelves and making sure everything I want up is up so I can show you guys. And by the time I do that collection video, I'm also gonna do a more detailed video on this whole desk setup because it's gonna be a lot more filled by then. Let's kick off our review with the man himself, the very first plush in the collection, the first plush from Wave 1, Freddy himself. And right off the bat, I mean, come on, he's very cute. I will tell you guys in person, if you haven't felt one of these plushies, they are very soft, extremely soft. They are also very squishy. I don't know if they understuff them or what, but I honestly really like how squishy these plushies are. It gives them a lot of personality, and I feel like if you were using them in a plush video, it'd be really good because you can move their heads around, stuff like that. I really like the feel of these guys. Also, no hard noses, so when you're squishing this guy around, or if you're someone who has plushies in your bed at night, it's not gonna hurt when you accidentally hit your brother with it or something. So funny story with these Jazwares plushies. When these first got announced and the original prototypes were revealed, everyone was saying that these looked like they were pulled straight from the game, and I thought I was going crazy because I thought these looked so weird. I thought the flat eyes didn't work. I thought the shapes were super pointy. They had like these pointy cheeks, pointy jaw. Something was off about them. All that being said, once I had it in person, I was like, oh, I realized that I was completely wrong. These are probably the most game accurate plushies we've gotten so far from any company. Looking at Bonnie here, you can see he's made in the same style. He's got the flat eyes, the squishy nose, and the squishy body. He also has the ears, and one is sort of sewn down so that it bends. I really like that. I will say mine's ear kind of sticks back, which I kind of wish it was a little more forward. When you put him down, you can see it's bending backwards. I also really like the limbs on these plushies. They're really big and squishy, really marshmallowy. I think that's important on FNAF plushies. They gotta be really cute and cuddly, and these guys absolutely do that. Moving on to Chica herself, just a quick rundown, kind of the same proportions, except she's got a very different head shape because it's completely round. She's got the little floofs on her head, she's got the beak, and the bib. I actually like how the bib comes out the back too. I feel like that was not a necessary detail, but they did include it, which is very cool. Looking at the cupcake here really quick, I think it's a great addition to the plush, and it doesn't make her cost any more than the other ones, which is honestly impressive because this is a pretty substantially sized cupcake. Now, I will admit he does look kind of silly. His head shape is very smushed and his wrapper is very big, but I don't know. I think it's charming, and I think if you're using this like in a plush video or something, this cupcake itself is gonna be a really funny looking prop. Now, as far as I can tell, Chica is the first one in this wave to use printing on the plush, and that is on the bib and the back of the bib, which personally I don't think matters at all, especially when it's something like this. I mean, this literally needs printing. Embroidering, all that stuff would be such a waste of time, and honestly it would start falling apart after a while. Something else I forgot to mention with these guys is that they all have beans in their butt. You can hear them. And that actually makes it so that they sit down better. They're not going to fall over as easily, which is a very nice nice detail. Next up is our quick rundown of Foxy. Of the four, I will say he's probably one of the weaker ones, only for a couple reasons. I think that his teeth are kind of hard to see. When you look at him head on, they kind of just look like creases in the side of his face. Also, the little floofs on the side of his face don't stick out very well. They often fold into the sides or to the back. You can see mine is kind of permanently folded like that, but you have to kind of pull them out to keep them in there. I also just think Foxy always looks weird as a plush because he doesn't have any clothes or anything on his whole body, and so he kind of just looks naked. Like, I feel like they could have just done like some of the tattering or the withering on his chest. And yes, I know in game he's not technically supposed to have that on him, like that isn't part of his character's design, but I don't know. As a plush, I just feel like something's missing right here. I feel like he needs to have something to keep him from looking naked. Once again, he's got the soft nose, and his eye patch is fully attached onto his face. It's not a separate piece, so you're not going to have those weird looking Foxy variants where the eye patch is all crusted off to the side. It'll always be right next to the eye, and I think that's a good thing. Next plush in this wave is a weird one. We've got the Marionette, aka the puppet. Why they chose to include the puppet in wave 1 instead of Golden Freddy, I don't know. It is a bit of a strange choice, but hey, we have the plush, we might as well look at it. So right off the bat, my first impression with the puppet plush was always that I felt like the head was a little smushed. It kind of gives the same vibe as that cupcake, where up here, it's just a little smushed in. But having it in person, you kind of get used to it and it's not that bad. One thing I do like is that they have the outline of the puppet mask and it has like the outline of the cheek here. That is kind of a cool detail. I also like that all the stripes are completely sewn in. They are not printed on the plush in any way. Same with the buttons, they are all sewn in. While we're looking at the puppet, here is what the tag looks like. I'm only showing you this because I did cut my tags off of the other four. So that is what the tag looks like on these plushies. And now, the last plushie of Wave 1 is Night Marionette. So I thought the puppet was a weird choice for Wave 1. Well, Night Marionette is an even stranger choice. We went from FNAF 1 to FNAF 2 to all the way to FNAF 4 Halloween update / help wanted character. But hey, I'm not complaining. If they're gonna be making random characters like this, I'm not gonna stop them. We've never gotten an official Night Marionette plush before, at least not from Funko. We did get one from Hex. This plush is kind of the same proportions as the regular puppet. It also has the same arm stripes as the other one. The only thing that's different about this one is that the legs are just completely black, and then it's also got the sewn on rib cage right here. And then obviously the face is different, which by the way, looks really good. I think this is one of my favorite plushies of the wave. It's not as cute as the other ones, but it's definitely one of the most game accurate. This looks like the Night Marionette plush out of Security Breach. Literally just looks like they pulled it out of the game and put it in real life. That's how good it looks. This plushie is a Hot Topic exclusive, and when it first came out and I went to Hot Topic to buy it, they had like 10 of these in stock, and so I decided to buy a couple extra ones because I thought it would be cool to put these around my set as sort of a reference to Security Breach, where these things are always peeking around corners or placed behind cameras, things like that. But there's one more secret you guys need to know about Wave 1, and that is that their eyes glow in the dark. So now I will turn off the lights and show you. And as you can see, all their eyes are glowing in the dark. The camera footage is a little fuzzy, but it's very clear that they do have glowing white eyes, which is such a cool addition to these plushies. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the puppet has anything that glows, but it does look like the Night Marionette pupils are glowing. I can't tell if that's glowing. Oh yeah, that's definitely glowing. That's sick. You can also see in the background the glow-in-the-dark mystery minis glowing. That's pretty cool. Okay, now that Wave 1 is over, we can look at the real reason I made this video. Wave 2, because oh my gosh, the toy plushies are insane. This wave consists of Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Balloon Boy, Mangle, Tuxedo Bob. Guys, is it just me or does FNAF 2 never get good merch? Like, I swear it takes forever for us to get just like one nice clean wave of FNAF 2 characters. I mean, in the 10 years that we've had merch, I feel like this is the first time that they've released a clean, full wave set of the FNAF 2 Toy Animatronics. Like, technically all 5 of these characters did get Funko plushies, but each one was part of a different exclusive. They were also split up among like 3 different waves. This time, you can just go to GameStop, go to Walmart, wherever they're selling them, and just get all 5 of the Toy Animatronics in one go. And of course, if you bought Wave 1, you're also going to have the puppet. So you've literally got all 6 of the main Toy Animatronics already in 2 waves. Just like Wave 1, all of these plushies are extremely squishy, and none of them have any hard pieces in them, so they are just a fully smushy, cute plush, great for any collection. And also, I forgot to mention, but these are very affordable. This costed me $15 at GameStop, which is definitely a little bit higher than plushies used to be, but come on, everything kind of costs more nowadays. I feel like that wasn't too bad. We live in a world where most plushies and merch cost $30 minimum nowadays. I think $15 for plushies that are this good is honestly worth it. So Toy Freddy's got a much wider head shape than Freddy, for obvious reasons, although the body is pretty much the same except he's got the buttons now. One thing I really like about the toy plushies is that the cheeks are not flat, they are actually round and they're sticking up on the plush, which is a really nice detail. It does make me wonder why they don't have the eyes sticking up. If I had to guess, they'd probably make the eyes flat to avoid having weird wonky looking ones where the eyes are facing different directions. Admittedly, that was kind of a quality control issue with other companies. However, I felt like it kind of added some character to plushies. That being said, it's probably better to just always have them looking cute and forward. Toy Freddy's ears are also really small, which is really funny and really cute. His hat also has the red stripe, which is nice. This is a minor complaint, I'm gonna say, but all of the hats on the Freddys and Toy Freddys are always kind of crumpled on these. I feel like they could probably do something to make these come out a little bit better. That being said, it's such a minor issue. Also, some of these plushies have like random little threads and things sticking out. My Toy Freddy has this little white thing sticking out of his nose. It kind of just looks like he has a booger sticking out of his nostril. All in all, Toy Freddy's adorable. I love this plushie. But that's nothing compared to Toy Bonnie. Guys, this plushie is so cute. I love the tiny little nose they gave him, and also the muzzle sticking out, just so adorable. He's also got an even smaller bow tie than the other ones, which is really cute. Once again, he's got the round cheeks that stick out and the flat eyes. But guys, there's a surprise on Toy Bonnie. There's something that makes him even cuter than the other plushies, and that is his tail. I feel like it's old news now that Toy Bonnie has a tail, but I remember back in the day when we first all realized that he has a tail, our minds were blown. And ever since then, all his merch always gets a tail, and this one is no exception. He has a cute, fluffy white tail, and it just adds to the overall adorableness of this plush. Toy Chica is pretty solid. Admittedly, I'm gonna say this is probably one of the weaker ones of the wave. There's a lot of things to like here, but there's some things that make her a little bit strange. For example, I think her arms are just really long compared to the other ones, but so are her legs. I feel like they just tried to make her look thin, and so they added long, lanky limbs, when in reality, it kind of just makes her look a little bit strange. Also, her bib seems to kind of sit inside the neck, and so the Let's in the Let's Party kind of gets cut off at the top. Kind of a small issue, but it does kind of raise my eyebrow every time I look at it. I'm like, is that bib actually just stuck in there, or is it just bent weird? She does have the toy cupcake as well, which looks almost exactly like the regular cupcake, except it does have blue eyes, and the candle is a different color as well. Toy Chica's little floofs on her head also face one direction, just like her in-game counterpart. And once again, she has the round cheeks. Now we must talk about Balloon Boy. He is here, and he's a plushie. I honestly feel like they didn't even have to make Balloon Boy for this wave. They could have just made the core 4 and we would have been happy, but nope, they made Balloon Boy as well, and he looks really cute. This is a very different take on a Balloon Boy plush. I remember when the Funko one came out, it kind of set a standard that humanoid FNAF characters always get these like lanky little bodies, but no, Jazwares was like, nope, we're gonna keep them all the same style. And honestly, I think it's for the better because this plush is really good. I think Balloon Boy has 3 distinct features that make him absolutely worth the purchase. The first one is his balloon, the second one is his balloon's sign, and the third one is his propeller. All 3 of these are additions that none of the other plushies have, and all 3 of them look really good. Now, these are just very cheaply made, really thin, floppy pieces of fabric. Not every Balloon Boy plush's balloon sign flops like this, unfortunately. Mine does. but chances are yours will not. Mine just came bent like that. The balloon looks really good. It is attached to the side of his head so that it stays up, which I think is a really smart idea. And then the propeller on his head does stick up by a little piece so that technically it is floating. I wish there was a way to turn it, but there isn't. This is what he looks like all the way around. Now, Balloon Boy does have printing all over him, but guys, I'm just gonna say it. I think we have moved past the days of hating printing on plushies, especially when it's used like this. Guys, I can't get over how soft these are. These are like extremely soft plushies compared to anything else we've ever gotten. These things, oh, I just want to like sleep on a bed made of these. But guys, the time has come for us to look at the best Jazwares plushie ever released, and that is the godly Mangle plush. I don't know if I just have a soft spot for Mangle or something, but I swear every time we get a Mangle plush or figure and they actually attempt to do the weird mangled body of Mangle, something sparks inside of me. A neuron activates. I think there's something really fun about Mangle as a character, that you can kind of just design your plush to look however you want. And Jazwares did a great job because I think they included all the necessary things, all the necessary quirks to make this look like Mangle without making it too overly complicated, and while still keeping it the same size as the other plushies. Right off the bat, the head is really cute. It's a really, really cute expression for a plushie. I really like that it has little wires sticking out of the ears. They definitely nailed the eye shape, and I think they really nailed the head shape too. The back of the head is very plain, nothing going on here, but I don't really think there needed to be. Now let's talk about the second head, which sits on Mangle's arm on the side here. It is the endo head. It's definitely very printed, and the gray parts of this body do not use the same fluffy material. They use this smooth material. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's always used in plushies like this. It's not soft though. Like, it's not soft, but it's not scratchy, and it doesn't hurt to like touch, and it's still very squishy, very cuddly. I also really appreciate the detail that at the end of each limbs, they do go back to using the same fluff that they do on the rest of the plushies. Even on this gray piece, it is the same fluff. And the printing on here is cool. You've sort of got this like torso print on here, and then on the back you've got it going down there as well. And now my favorite feature of the Mangle plush is this. They put the bow tie on the side, which doesn't seem like much of an idea. A lot of you probably heard me say that and they're like, who cares? I just think it's very creative. It shows that this is not really Mangle's neck right here. The neck is more like over here somewhere. And so the bow tie is going to be off to the side, and I think that's really funny and also really cute. I didn't plan to do too many comparisons in this video, but I wanted to quickly compare this to the U2's Mangle plush because they are very, very similar in design. And I just got to say, yeah, I mean, we need more of this. I love both of these plushies. Companies, if you're watching this, if you make FNAF merch, make more of these. Make 1,000 of these. I want more. Give me more accurate plushies and I'll give you my money. The last detail I want to point out on this Mangle plush is how this leg has this little separate black piece connecting the leg to the body so that it kind of flops. It's not just like directly attached. And I think that's honestly a really nice detail. It makes Mangle look very thrown together, very, very much like a pile of parts. Just a great detail overall. Just like the first wave, these plushies also glow in the dark. Let me show you that real quick. Here you can see the Toy Animatronics eyes glowing in the dark. Mangle only has one eye that glows. Oh no, there's actually two, because the endo eye glows. I stand corrected. You got Balloon Boy, Toy Bonnie, you've got Toy Chica, which, by the way, the Cupcake's eyes glow too. Didn't even realize that with regular Chica. That's cool. And then Toy Freddy. Here are all the glowing eyes. Very cool. And now it's time to rank all these from worst to best. At the bottom, we have the Marionette. But don't let the last place fool you. Just because it's in last place doesn't mean I hate it or anything. It's just compared to the other ones, it's my least favorite. That being said, all of these plushies are really good and absolutely worth the purchase, but Marionette just so happens to be my personal least favorite. I think the weird shrinking of the head and also the eyes just being a little bit too thin just makes it look a little bit off to me, but I don't think it's bad whatsoever. You definitely should buy it if you find it, and it's great for any collection. just my least favorite. Next up is Foxy the Pirate. Not a bad plush at all, just a little bit plain looking. We've had so much merch of the FNAF 1 characters that it kind of is hard to get excited for them anymore. That being said, he's still very cute, but he is my second least favorite. Next up is Toy Chica. This is where we're starting to get into plushies that don't really have any flaws or any reason that I rank them low. It's literally just because the other ones are more exciting to me or I have more of a connection to. This one is really good, it's just not my favorite, it's just kind of there. The next placement is Bonnie. This is a plushie that has no flaws. He is just there. He's very cute. I like him. I'm glad I have him. But the other ones ahead of him, I like more. Toy Freddy is next. He is very cute. He did not do anything wrong. He's very pudgy. He's very brown. He's very squishy. And I love him. And smack dab right in the center of our ranking is Freddy himself. This plush is the standard. He is the cookie cutter, basic FNAF plush that all of them are going to be modeled after for the rest of these waves, and he looks great. He's setting a good standard. He's got the glowing eyes. He's got the beans in the butt. He's very cute, but he does not compare to the ones that are great. Our first plushie in the top 5 is Toy Bonnie. He is a very cute plush. We finally got a good game-accurate Toy Bonnie plush. Very cute. Buy Toy Bonnie. You will buy him. The plushie that takes 4th place is Balloon Boy. If it weren't for his floppy sign, I might have put him higher on the list. But otherwise, this is a really good plush, perfect for any collection, and we've never gotten a Balloon Boy plush quite like this. This is probably the most unique plush that we've gotten in this wave. I love it. Coming in at number 3, we have a classic. Maybe a little bit of an underdog in the FNAF series, Chica. Besides the Sanchi plush, this is probably the cutest and most game-accurate Chica plush we've ever gotten. The fact that it comes with a cupcake, it's got a really cute face, it's got the bib, she's got all the ingredients to make a perfect Chica plush, and they succeeded. And at number 2, we have someone who was kind of unexpected for Wave 1, but a welcomed addition nonetheless. We've got Marionette. He's only black and white, he's super squishy, he's got ribs, but he's adorable. He's going at number 2. But none of these plushies had any chance at the number 1 spot when they were competing against the absolute juggernaut that is the Mangle plush. That concludes today's review of every single Jazwares plushie that Jazwares has made for Five Nights at Freddy's. They also made these little keychain plushies as well as these mini plushies, and then there's also like a jumbo version of the Freddy. Unfortunately, I don't have all of those. I have a couple here and there, but I don't have any of the full sets yet, so we're not going to look at those today. Stay tuned because I'm going to upload a collection video at some point soon. Also, for anyone that's asking questions about Season 3, what's going to happen with the series, what's going to happen with the channel going forward, I'm also going to release an update video soon. I don't want to keep you guys in the dark, especially now that the final battle is out and done with. There's really no reason to be secretive anymore. I just did a big collaboration with SlyPie and a bunch of other people that will be uploading on his channel sometime soon, so keep an eye out for that because I voice a certain yellow rabbit. But guys, there's one final surprise for this video. I have insider secrets to share with you. I have a quick preview of Wave 3 of the Jazwares FNAF plushies, and here it is.